I have the honor to be with Otto Sharma. We have already finished a very important meeting, which is Uruguay Emerging. And I have two little questions regarding this important event. One, Otto Sharma is a senior lecturer of MIT and creator of ULab, which is a school, a systemic school that is based in Berlin, and he works all around the world in 26 countries. He has applied his tools and methodologies, and he is a very important lecturer. So, Mike, we've been working with him on the emerging future for Uruguay. My first question is about health as Uruguay has the most is one of the countries that has the most important rates of suicide. And Theory U speaks about a social division and a spiritual division. And I think that it is related to a spiritual division. So I see an opportunity there, and I wanted to ask you what you think, what is your vision after this important meeting that we had during 2 days, because the first day we've been in la Universidad de la República. Thank you, Otto.
So, what I would say is that what we are seeing right now is not only happening here in Uruguay, but we see it as a global phenomenon that we have all the rates. We have a pandemic of mental health issues. For example, I mentioned this morning here in the US, 60% of teenage girls in high schools show symptoms of persistent hopelessness and depression. And so those are shocking numbers. Yes, they are related to the pandemic. And the post effects, they're related to social medias, of course, as well. And we have worldwide a lot of people that are dying through violence, right? War and war and homicide, but. So people killing each other, but way more people are dying through killing themselves than killing others. And that is really such a sobering, shocking phenomenon that should make all of us stop and ask the question what we can do about it. As I said, so when you talk to educators and when you talk to people directly working in these environments, the first thing that always comes up is social media. That's obviously a case for action that we have to take, but that's of course something that's difficult to do as an individual. So what can you do, kind of actually do that helps you that helps us to support each other? And what I have seen is really three main leverage points. One is connecting to nature. The second one is connecting to each other, deep human relationships, right? So are not just on a social media surface level, but on a deeper human level. And the third one is connecting to our deeper sense of purpose, to what we're here for on this planet. So if you create environments that establish one or several or all of these connections, that, in my experience, will make all the difference.
Thank you very much, Otto. And the last question, and I
let you go is if we've been doing a 3D mapping in University of La República, and you have the vision to continue with this work to have like a public incidence in the society with all your tools, with the vision that we are talking about.
So the question is?
The question is if you see this can be, we can have or you can have an action, a deep and important action to have like a less doing gap, thinking doing gap. That's the main idea. That's the main idea.
So yes, what I think what you're saying and referring to is what we discussed earlier here, which is when you look at what's happening in society, what do you see? You see like many people are aware of the major problems we have. Many people know that transformative change needs to happen. Most people actually agree on that, 3 out of 4 in the G20 countries. But very few people know how to do it. And most people would say, I know I want to be part of a different story,
that's it.
But I don't know how. So that's actually what we face today in many places. And I think the answer to that question requires new learning spaces, right? Mm-hmm. New learning tools, methods and tools, and spaces, right? Because just, if someone drops a tool into your inbox, that's really, that's good, but it's not enough. What you really need is a new space where you can relate to each other in a more generative, in a more co-creative way, and in a more transformative way. And now, in society, where's the most obvious place to do that, right? To provide these deeper learning environments and methods and tools. And the answer is universities and schools, right? So those are the institutions we fund as a society in order to provide these things that allow us to sense and shape the future, to co-sense and co-shape the future. Is that usually happening today? No, it's not. But it's beginning to happen in many places, including many universities, in small ways. So what I would say is if we have these small experiments already kind of in some of our universities, we should strengthen them, we should link them with each other, and at the end of the day, we should also make them accessible to the larger community, right, that is also in need of these new learning methods and tools and these new learning spaces. So that's what I mean kind of with not only new organizational but also new and personal but also new societal learning infrastructures. And that's where I believe universities and schools have a great role to play, but it will also not just be limited to these institutions, because at the end of the day we need to democratize the access to these tools, and we need to make them available and accessible everywhere to everyone who wants to use them to create change in their own context.
Well, thank you very much, Otto. It was like an honor to be with you, and thank you for your time today. And well, I hope we can see again each other with good news, with improvements.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank you
All right,
for your time.
thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you.